Lipton's. I wanted to come on here. It's going to be very short videos, but I hopefully it goes through quickly. Um, I do want to talk about a few topics that's going on in pop culture. Well, first let me start with Gigi Hadid. So, um, I'm not sure, because I saw this. Obviously, this is on Twitter, and it says that Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper spotted on a dinner date in New York, and here's the thing, right? Of course, there was, I think, what, earlier this year, if not, like, there was rumors that her and Leonardo DiCaprio were together, like they were, there was a fling going on. I do think a fling did happen with Gigi Hadid and Leonardo DiCaprio, and I guess, he ended up moving on to, and I spoke about it on my channel on a previous video, to, I think her name is Victoria. She's another model, Leo and his models and things like that. So I guess, now after she had her fling with Leo DiCaprio, they had their fling, and now she's moved on to Bradley Cooper. The only thing is that I know that Irina Schwank, who is the former partner and also the mother of Bradley Cooper's daughter. The last time I checked, I think wasn't Irina Schwank and Gigi Hadid. I mean, I don't know if they're like close friends. Don't quote me on this, but I think that they're very friendly with each other, especially in the modeling world and everything. So this is very interesting, to say the least. It's like, even though Gigi might not be friends with Irina, but like, they see each other. Like, it's like very much so like, hey girl, what's up? How you doing? Da da da. Very cordial, very nice. So it is interesting that she's dating Irina Stranks' baby daddy, Bradley Cooper. But I will say this though. I do think this makes more sense compared to Gigi dating Leonardo DiCaprio. Because as much as y'all, because let's be very clear. Leonardo DiCaprio definitely has a type. Yes, he does love the models and everything like that. And Gigi is a model, but we also have to be very clear. Gigi is also a mother as well. She's a mother of one. Leonardo DiCaprio has no kids. So I think, as far as like a more like relatability and like being able to find common ground, or find like to be compatible, I think they weren't as compatible as, I would say, like a Gigi and a Bradley Cooper. Because at the end of the day, Bradley Cooper is also a father, Gigi is a mom. So I think that they do, and I'm just speculating and guessing and things like that. Maybe that's the connection there right now. I'm not sure. I do think that Gigi's living her best life after the Zayn breakup and that whole situation that happened with everything. But it is going to be interesting to see. We'll see if this thing is long term. It is interesting. I do see why they're together, because I do think that there's more relatability as far as parenting, and and also Bradley Cooper also has a type too. He also likes the models and everything like that. So there's that. Yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens from here, and we'll see if this ends up anything long term. But yeah. So shout out to them. I also do want to talk about Ciara, and I don't know. Should I play this clip? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get copyright, because you know how YouTube is. YouTube will snatch my videos up, strike it if I play a little bit of audio. So she was on Call Me Daddy, and I feel like lately Ciara's really been going on a more like PR promo tour. Recently, and she's been a little bit more open than usual, which could be a good thing or bad thing, but I am happy that she's really, I think, Ciara's definitely fed up with like people talking about her and talking about her marriage, talking about Russell Wilson, saying that he's this, he's that, blah 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 blah, and which is understandable. And I could, me, I dragged the shit out of Future on my channel. Did it recently. You guys can go on my pop culture playlist, is there. Took him out. Now I will say this though, and I don't want to play. Well, let me see. Let me play the clip. Hopefully, I won't get a copyright strike or anything like that. But let's play it. Let's play it, because I want you guys to hear the full context of this.
About, like, around the time that you met Russell, you were going through a really public and what looked like painful breakup. And I think about like leaving a relationship is so hard to make that decision, especially I'm assuming when you have a child. How did you know for yourself it was time to leave?
Oh my goodness. When you know you're supposed to make a super defined decision in your life, you know it from like the head to your feet, from your feet to your head, and your soul and your body, you know it. And it's almost like your taste buds change, right? You have a taste bud for a certain kind of thing, and then the taste buds just go. You got to sometimes also look in the mirror and reflect on yourself too, right? Like, okay, what are things that I could be doing differently in my life? Or, you know, what's a part of what I'm looking for a change, but what does that mean? So you have to kind of define everything about making changes in your life that are very critical. And, you know, I've talked about before, obviously, when you have a child, it's very important to me. Like now it's no time to play around. Like the whole like experimentation kind of phase is out the door. It's like I am now responsible for another life. Right? So what am I doing? Like, how am I thinking that through? So, you know, and then when you tired, you tired. You tired. You know, and so we get tired and we don't want to be tired all the time. Like, you know, I'm like, I want joy. I want to make sure my cup is full. Like, how am I living my life? Like I always say, don't let nobody waste your time. Like that's one thing, like we talk about, like, you know, life and the trajectory of life and what, you know, it's like, I don't care if it's relationship or friendship, business, whatever it is, like don't let it waste your time. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. I mean, those are things that.
Okay, y'all just heard that. Here's the thing. And I agree with her, obviously, you know, about time, wasting your time on someone that's just gonna like not do anything for you, just doesn't care, that sort of thing. And you know me, I defend Ciara a lot on this channel, a lot, you know, and I say how people need to back off her and Russell, especially Russell, because I feel like Russell doesn't come at anybody, right? Like this man minds his business. He takes care of his family. He takes care of his family, does his football, never says anything publicly about anybody, doesn't talk about anybody, but everybody always has his name in their mouths. So yes, like anytime I'll always be here. If anybody has anything to say about Russell or Ciara as a couple, I'm always gonna be here to drag it. But here's my thing though. I will say, and this is just like a pet peeve, like a small pet peeve with this whole thing, is that like, and I understand, you know, Ciara was like, oh, she's tired, and you know, you get tired of being disrespected and that sort of thing. But it's also like, for me, it's kind of like, Ciara girl, like, you mean it, like, and Ciara is one of, and I think we have to be honest, Ciara is one of those cases where it's like, she genuinely thought that she was going to be different. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that women always, either it's freaking arrogance, either it's like you are living in La La Land or something, but she genuinely thought she was going to be different. Future had what, four, like maybe I think 3 or 4 baby mamas before Ciara even came into the picture. You know what I mean? Children, you know, and I know he adopted I think one, if I'm not mistaken, but like still he had children with different women before she came into the picture. And on top of that, she knew that. She knew that, okay, this guy, you know, he runs through women. So it's like, for me, it's also like, while yes, I sympathize and I empathize and I will defend her when it comes to things like this, and especially what Future has to say, because Future is a dog. But at the same time, it's like, girl, like, why didn't you see the writing on the wall? Why didn't you do your research? Why didn't you be like, oh, like, and look at the situation at hand when it came to Future and be like, yo, like, this guy, you know, he seems like he runs through women. He's popping babies here and there. Maybe I should back off this. Maybe I shouldn't get involved in this situation. And unfortunately, you know, I think at that time, Ciara really thought that she was someone different, that she was going to change Future for the better. They were going to get married. And because, you know, they were engaged, but she had the baby before the marriage. And it's just like, it was a whole thing. And I think that women really, really need to be wary and really look at Ciara's story and see that, listen, like, this shit right here is not worth it. It's not worth dating a Dusty. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. And also look at the red flags. Look at the signs. The signs are always there. The signs were there for future. I think Ciara just chose to ignore it because she wanted to go on this like, oh, let's just date a bad boy. Let's just date a rapper. And, you know, because it's cool. It's cool for the moment. It's cool for the lust and everything. But once that shit, let me say something. That lust shit, like that shit ends. It's very temporary. And once you get to know the person, you're like, oh, what the hell did I get myself into? And unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, but yet unfortunately, because, you know, at the end of the day, I do think that Ciara sees her son that she has with Future as a blessing, but she is going to have to deal with Future, the rapper Future, for the rest of her life until baby Future turns, I don't know, he's not a baby. I mean, he's a child, but like until baby Future turns 18. So it is what it is. But you know, shout out to Ciara. Hopefully, and I'm happy that she learned her lesson. And but it's like it also goes for a lesson, especially for girls and women. Like y'all need to leave this bad boy shit. Leave this like, oh my god, the bad boys. And like for me personally, I never saw the infatuation with bad boys. Personally, for me, I don't get the whole like, let's just go with the gangster. Let's just go with someone that runs the streets. Like, man, I want peace. I want peace and love and affection and all that. That's what I want. I don't want I don't like the crazy shit. So that's just me though. So that was that. Let's talk about Doja Cat. This is my last. I think this is gonna be our last topic when it comes to like the pop culture stuff. Yeah, because I do want to talk about. I'm gonna do a different video about like Hollywood and the industry and movies and things like that. Because I do want to talk about Jessica Lange. But Doja Cat was, I think this was yesterday. It says here Doja Cat deletes a repost crop photo after being called out for wearing a shirt of an alleged neo-Nazi comedian Sam Hyde. So this is the shirt. This is the shirt, and you know those. So then the fans were like, girl, like, first of all, this man is a whole ass, and I'm not sure. I'm gonna say allegedly, but what they're saying is that he is a neo-Nazi. And they're like and rightfully so, they called her out on it. And this is the first picture. It says dump, come whatever, and then she ended up changing it to this. She cropped it out, and then she put the like the eye roll emoji because people were going off on her, and she was just like, you know. And someone said this on Twitter. And it's true because it says here a new round of Doja outrage until some big account tweets a video of her with "I'm sorry, but she ate this so bad," and then the cycle repeats, which is true. Stans tends to do that. And someone said this too, which I wholeheartedly agree. They said that she acts like a 13-year-old edgelord, and it's exhausting. Here's my thing. With Doja Cat and this whole thing. At this point, like, listen, the more surface level reasons, of course, you know, she's trolling, you know, she's doing this for attention. She knows it's gonna rile up the internet, you know, so she enjoys that sort of thing. She's a troll. But there is also a part of Doja, and I do believe the trolling part. Like she does this to troll, she does this to get the internet riled up, and because she knows that it's like, you know, that's what sells, that's what gets her attention, that sort of thing. But there's also a part, there's also for me that I feel when it comes to Doja Cat, where I genuinely think that she like, and I know some people might think that, you know, me with the insults and the whole incel adjacent thing that I like to call her, and like, you know, she loves the incels, and you know, boys be mad that I don't F incels, okay, that line that she said in Agor Hills. And you know, I do tend to, you know, make jokes about that and tease and pull legs, but there, to me, there is a part of me that feels like Doja Cat genuinely enjoys a sort of like, it's that sexually deprived male energy that's going on within the like the country and the world, where it's like, you know, they feel some type of way about women, and you know, and it's like they like that violent shit, they like that creepy fetishy, like, oh, let's just be racist during sex, and that, like, Doja Cat seems like the type that likes that kind of stuff. Like she gives me the type that she likes that kind of energy. Like she likes the incel, like like misogyny, like sexist energy. I think she genuinely finds it to be like pleasure. I think so. Like she likes that like degeneracy sort of thing. She gives me that vibe, and she has for a while. And here's also another thing I don't understand. And someone pointed this out. You know, Doja Cat is repping this neo-Nazi shirt, but Doja Cat is also half Jewish as well. She's half Jewish. So I'm just like, is this also like a self-hating thing with Doja? I mean, clearly she doesn't like her black side. That we know of. But and that's also, of course, we can look at Doja Cat, but at the same time too, Doja Cat's father did walk out of did abandon her, that sort of thing. But we already know she doesn't like her black side. But it's like, girl, you're also Jewish as well. So why are you repping neo Nazis? Like, Doja Cat is a weirdo. She's just a weirdo to me, and it's like, yes, I get it, the trolling and it riles up the internet, but at what point, like, it becomes corny. It becomes corny at a certain time. It's like, okay, like we get it, like you're trying to be edgy, well, failing miserably, clearly, because the edgy shit didn't do nothing for your album sales, you know. So she, God, at this point, it is what it is. I'm over it. Over it. But y'all guys tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Do you guys feel like, Ciara should have seen the writing on the wall? Do you guys feel like, she genuinely thought that she was different and now she has to eat crow when it comes to Future? How do you guys feel about Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper being a thing? How do you feel about that incel adjacent Doja Cat and her, trying to, with quotes in the air, trying to push the envelope and be quote unquote different, even though it comes off corny as hell? Please tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.